Hey YouTube, this is the video where I've got two PGMs. Just done a video on this PGM Micro, which is new and my pal David's, and then I've obviously got a pgm30 from 2002, is it? So they're 20 years apart. I think that's a 2000, that's a 2020, this is a 2002. So this is a much wider neck. I've not really compared it. It's not entirely different though. There's a familiarity between the two. This is me comparing the two together. I've already done a video on this, and I've already done a video on this. You spec this neck. It's a little bit thinner this way. This is a wider fingerboard than this, but the actual carve of it's very similar. It's kind of weird. I've been playing this for the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes doing the video on this, and now I've just moved on to a full size guitar. And it feels a bit weird. Same problem as that. This has got a 5-way switch in it as well, so when you're playing clean, or when I'm playing clean, I like the middle. When you get the jangle, this needs new strings. Thing is, it comes into these things again. I'm comparing, this guitar, new, costs less than one of these pickups. Whole thing, less than one of these pickups. So it's if you're going purely on a value thing, then that's better. Straight up. Just price wise, this has a DiMarzio Steve Vai Evo Gold pickups in it, and a DiMarzio in the middle. I got them with the guitar. It's also got a Floyd Rose. I was actually thinking of selling these pickups before I put them in the guitar. I kind of like them now. They're different. They're like, I've got another RG there, which I bought since I got my pal JPax to paint. Check her out on Facebook. See, there's a few of these painted guitars kicking about. I don't know if there's really any difference in doing the sound. Well, I suppose the backing track was done on the other guitar. So then it comes down to which is the better switching system. There we go. I'll change this to be the switchy thing. I've already said with this one here. This has got the RG standard humbucker wiring, which gives you humbucker, outer coil, single coil. In the middle you get two humbuckers, and then you get this one wired as a parallel, so it's like a hum cancelling single coil, and then humbucker. Whereas on the HSH you get humbucker, this one coil split in this, so you get a strap position 2, then you get the middle pickup on its own, then you get strap position 4, and then you get the neck humbucker. I'm not sure which I prefer. Ultimately, possibly, yeah. I don't know if I was speccing out a guitar. I suppose you look at it that doing it that way must be cheaper than doing it this way because you don't have to buy a middle pickup. But I mean, out of all the sounds on this guitar, the one that is least good is the middle one, the single coil on its own. But it is the only true single coil you get in this guitar. When I say this guitar, I just mean any HSH, Ibanez, probably most other makes as well. This needs new strings, it's disgusting. And I was complaining earlier on about the temperature difference that's happened in here in Scotland because it's suddenly summer. Woo! freezing, 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 hot. So no matter how good your guitar is, the strings expand and contract due to temperature, especially a big shift of 10 degrees or something like that. This has got a Floyd Rose on it. So there wasn't enough travel in the finer tuner adjustments. I had to get an Allen key, unbolt that, which is just one of the things you've got to deal with a Floyd Rose. Even the best Floyd Roses, that's it. The strings expand and contract with temperature. So I am going to get. I've got one of like an Allen key holder to stick in the back of the headstock that takes the 2 Allen keys I need, rather than I've literally not taken this guitar into the studio before because I was worried about there being a tuning issue, and then suddenly it's like that string's flat, I can't sharpen it, and having to find an Allen key, dig it out, and that's just one of the things you get with a Floyd Rose if you want to have that. These pickups are really strange, the Steve Vai ones. Knowing Steve Vai, just like, he's not. Anyone who's actually listened to Steve Vai, I used to think didn't used to think this either. You just think, oh, it's just showing off playing scales. It's totally not. He's so far advanced in that. He obviously needs very clear, articulate notes with lots of space between them, so you can hear complicated bits. If it's all just fuzzy, it just goes. But if you got to go, you got to hear every individual one. That's what these pickups are kind of for. They're very, very precise and sharp and on the point, and there's no flab. Distortion. See, it very, very bright. This guitar's amazing. But, it's like, oh, what do you mean? A Japanese Ibanez RG is amazing? Like, well, of course it is. I feel sometimes when you play a guitar, you just have to go, I knew it was good, but really, and those are the guitars that I'm keeping. I'm going to have a bit of a cull and sell some, but ones that I pick up and go, yeah, this is, it's just disgusting the fact I've got 2 of these. Okay, that's not a Paul Gilbert one, but they're 95% the same guitar, and you're just like, that's disgusting that someone like me should have such things. But I am no longer so scared of them, and it was literally last Christmas I bought this, and I was scared of it because I'm not good enough to play a guitar like this. But I've got over that. I've got used to it now. And I'm really enjoying it. It sounds phenomenal. Woo! This is kind of going a little bit on the principle that I kind of went for in that. I almost pointed at the wrong guitar there because it's so similar colour to that. That's Trump Orange. It's actually specified as Trump Orange. I didn't realise it was going to be exactly the same as Piece of Joist that I never did anything to and just left and it went that colour. So there you go. But it's got there's quite a big difference between the neck and the bridge pickups. That's a very bassy, boomy. There's not normally that much difference, which I totally get. I think if you're talking about range, kind of like I based it when I said I was wiring that one, I'm pointing at guitars all over the place. When I was wiring that one, I kind of copied that that telly, because it's got like a wide range, super big, boomy, bassy pickup in the neck, and then a super spiky Telecaster pickup in the bridge. So you've got like two spiky and two bassy, and it's like you can mix the two of them together, and it's really, I really like that idea of being able to go a little bit, and this guitar's kind of doing that. So you've got like a really almost two trebly, and then the other end, a completely different sound. What's the point in having two that sound the same? I mean, people, you do get matched sets of pickups, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but I don't want, I mean, okay, volume-wise you want them both to be the same, but I kind of like the idea of one of them being, them sounding as different as possible, the bridge one being really bridgy and the neck one being really necky. That makes sense to me. It gives you the option of both, rather than having, what's the difference between the neck and the bridge pickup? You get this quite a lot with guitars, and it's like, oh, you can tell, you couldn't, but I couldn't tell you without hearing the other one first which one was which. Whereas this one's pretty, it's pretty obviously a neck pickup, and that's pretty obviously a bridge pickup. This is meant to be a comparison between the two guitars, so I'm going to give up in 2 seconds, but I'm going to see if there's as big a difference between the sounds on this. Oh, it's weird going back to it. Oh God, is it? Noise! Get noises, look at the way it's reflecting, changing colour. Look, it's pink. Oh, it's a colour flip. Yeah, see? Colour flip paint. Doesn't say that in the catalogue. That's just obviously reflecting off that curtain. Yeah, so, bridge pickup. Neck pickup. I would say actually these pickups are exactly in between those two. You could almost have these two and then the two DiMarzios on the outside, and they would kind of be in the middle. So the bridge one is bridgier, but it's not as bridgy. It's more usable, I suppose. But the neck one is. I'll do that one day. Oh, bendy. I actually stopped the last video so I didn't snap a string in this, because not so much that the strings are pure super bendy, it's the fact that, oh, it does something that none of the other guitars I've got. I've never had a guitar like a short scale one at this quality. Normally short scale guitars are cheapies, and that goes with it. Oh, I don't like short scale guitars. I used to have one of those wee Encores you got in Argos, and it's like, yeah, that's probably the wee Encore you got in Argos, and one of the things that wasn't, okay, it did have the short scale, but I think probably everything else has maybe caused it to not be as good. No, love it. This one, I love this one as well. These are great and not actually as expensive as I thought they were going to be. I decided a couple of years ago I was going to get myself an Ibanez RG because I felt I should. I wanted a Japanese one because I'm a snob, and this was basically the same price as most of the. It's a wee bit beat up, chips and stuff out it, but that's yeah. Ibanez RGs are fantastic. I love them. I like too many guitars. That's my problem. Too much love. Like, I don't. You won't see any Les Pauls. I don't like them. But I mean, Ibanez RGs, fantastic. I need to put. I don't know if I've done a video fighting the bug against that. There's not a huge difference between the two. They're both kind of. I think this is. What did I say? That was 2002. I think this is 2003. This is 2003. So same factory, same bridge. Instead of having, it's got someone's fitted an extra pickup in it. So the differences between this and that are the knobs. This has got a volume and a tone, whereas the Paul Gilbert ones only have a volume, and obviously the switch is in a slightly different place, so it fits inside the F-hole. And This has a Wizard 2 neck. That's got a PGM neck, which is basically exactly the same, but 2 millimeters thicker there, like for the whole width of the neck, and an upside down headstock. That's kind of it. There's not really much comparison between the two. They're both too similar. To really be a good fight, as in you're just going to go, that's the same. Basically, it comes down to which one has the newer strings on it and which one is slightly more in tune than the other. That's the better one. Can't believe this is holding after all those pure crazy string bends. But there you go. Yes, so an awful lot easier to get hold of than, I keep saying, the real deal. There's nothing not real about this. Equally, there's nothing really not real about that, because Paul Gilbert actually plays these. He never actually played this model. This was the, I mean, this was the cheap one. This one didn't come with the DiMarzio pickups. Basically, the difference between this one and the pgm30, this is a pgm30, is it came with DiMarzio pickups, which this now has, different ones, and a maple fingerboard, and didn't have pickup rings. This one's got pickup rings, and I think probably a slightly different model of Floyd, but you know, the same. As I said, there's this sort of member-shaped, a bit penisy cavity cover, the same as this one. Yeah. Yeah, no, fantastic. I'm going to play that this evening. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Rock on! Catch you later.